Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is friend Shinobi, and in today's video we are checking out the Nothing Phone 1. I bought it about a week ago and ever since I've been using it as my daily driver. And yeah, this is my review of the Nothing Phone 1 because this was the most hyped smartphone in 2022 and quite possibly still is. So yeah, we're gonna check out if it actually holds up to that title. So without any further ado, if you're interested in this particular topic, then make sure to stick till the end. With that said, let's get into the video. Alright, so let's start with the design of the Nothing Phone 1 because it is one of the USPs of the device. So as you can see, the Nothing Phone 1 which I've got is in white. This looks really nice. You have got this gorgeous design, the gorgeous transparent design at the back with all of the bells and whistles of the Nothing Phone 1 basically. And as you can see that it has all the coils and stuff and other parts, and it looks really nice. Honestly, I believe the white one looks a lot better compared to the black one. I generally prefer white in my phones, like white colored phones, so this has been like a pretty good option for me and it's right into my lane. So as you can see that this looks really nice. We have got the dual cameras at the back. Both of these sensors are 50 megapixels, and as you can see, we have got the Nothing branding here, some other text over here, the wireless charging coil in between, and some other things along with the glyph light interface, which is kind of a unique thing about this phone. It has lights on the back apart from the LED flash obviously, so these glow up in patterns for different things, and these look really nice honestly. And I would say I am not really a big fan of them because they are not that much practical, but yeah, they serve the purpose, and you can use it as a fill light when clicking pictures or videos, or you can just use it to show off people. And it is mainly used for notifications and stuff as a notification light, but I don't really know that many people who keep their phone face down to take advantage of this feature basically. So that's one thing. And yeah, I'm a fan of the design. I really like it, but the glyph lights are not really my cup of tea. Alright, so apart from all this transparent shenanigan, in the earlier versions of this particular phone during the start of the sales, there were a lot of manufacturing defects in a lot of devices, but surprisingly mine doesn't have any of those. The yellowing of the lights or the pieces here and there, nothing is there, not even moisture and stuff. So my device is perfectly fine in terms of the build, so that's pretty cool. And apart from this, you have glass at the back, we have aluminum on the sides, and we have glass again at the front, which looks really nice. And overall the build quality of the Nothing Phone 1 is really good. It is a glass and metal sandwich, and it looks and feels really nice. It is not that heavy honestly to hold in the hand, but it feels sturdy and it feels premium. When you are holding this device in your hand, you feel it is a premium device, although it is a mid-ranger. But yeah, the in-hand field and the build and design of this particular device is really nice. It has kind of a resemblance to the iPhone series, the iPhone 12 series basically. But yeah, overall the design is really nice. You have the power button on the right, and you have the volume rockers on the left, along with a lot of antenna bands, so that's nice. And at the bottom you have the USB Type-C port, the primary microphone, the SIM card tray which houses 2 SIMs, and there is the primary speaker. And on the top you have the secondary noise cancellation microphone, so that's cool. And on the back, as I showed earlier, it has the glyph lights, the dual cameras. This one is the microphone for the cameras, this one is the LED flash, and this little thing is a dot which will turn up when you are recording a video to notify whoever is in front of you that a video is being recorded. So that's nice, I would say. So yeah, this was all the ports and stuff on the phone, and the buttons are really clicky and tactile. They feel really good, and I have no complaints about the build or the buttons or anything. So in that, like the build and design department, the Nothing Phone 1 is a solid device. And yeah, for the price, I would say I got it for around 28,000 rupees, which is a pretty decent deal because this one is the 8GB and 256GB variant, which is really good, I would say. And I've been using a tempered glass on this like ever since I got the phone, so I can't really tell about the like scratch resistance of the screen. But yeah, overall, in the build and design department, I would say the Nothing Phone 1 scores really high. Next up, we're going to check out the display of the Nothing Phone 1. Yeah, so the Nothing Phone 1 comes with an OLED display, and it's a 6.55 inch Full HD Plus OLED panel, and it is an overall good panel, I would say. The blacks are really nice, and the overall smoothness of the display is also pretty good. It is a 120Hz display, so you have the 120Hz refresh rate on it, which works really well, and overall the UI is very fluid. It is running on Nothing OS on top of Android 13, and overall the fluidity of the OS is really nice on the 120Hz display. It is not a variable display, I think it is just like straight up 120Hz or straight up 60Hz. So yeah, it's not an LTPO display, but overall the display is really smooth and it is a good display, I would say. So Nothing has used like display bending technology, I guess, a flexible OLED to bend the OLED like around the corners to get the evenly like symmetrical bezels, which is a really nice thing, I would say. And overall it looks really nice from the front too, although the bezels are a little thick, but yeah, they are symmetrical, which is quite a big thing, I would say. We don't really see that in Android phones nowadays, but yeah, symmetrical bezels and pretty good OLED display. And this one also has HDR10 plus support, but I didn't really find HDR support on like Netflix, even though I have the highest plan. Netflix doesn't have the HDR playback. Let me just check here, playback specification. Yeah, if you can see, let me just show you. Yeah, as you see, the HDR specification is none, so that's there. Although L1 is there, Full HD playback is available, but HDR playback is not available, unfortunately, on Netflix. That's kind of weird. Phone has been out for a long time. It should like support HDR on Netflix, but it is not there. That's a bummer. And also the phone really struggles while like playing HDR videos for some reason. Although it has a 778G chipset, which is well capable of playing like HDR videos smoothly, but when I played like an 4K HDR video on the Nothing Phone 1, it was really choppy. So yeah, I think that was a bug which was present on it, and it really shouldn't happen, but yeah, it is there. Yeah, that's that. Alright, so overall the display is a good one. I really don't really have that much complaint. Wish the OTT app supported HDR playback and the phone could run like 4K HDR footage smoothly. But yeah, that's a debate for another day. I hope Nothing can give a software update and fix this. But yeah, let's move on to the next part, which is the audio configuration of the Nothing Phone 1. So in the audio segment, the Nothing Phone 1 doesn't really have a headphone jack. It only has a Type-C port, and it does have stereo speakers, which are quite good, I must say. They are pretty loud, like it's still a 60-40 separation, but the speakers are loud and they are very clear, and they do pack up a little bit of punch in them. So the speakers are good, I would say, and the output from the Type-C port is also good if you are using like a dongle or a DAC with your like wired headphones, so that's also pretty good. Let me just give you a sample of the speakers. So yeah, as you heard, the Nothing Phone 1 does have really good speakers. there is good amount of stereo separation, and there is good amount of thumb present on the speakers. So yeah, the stereo speakers are really good, but yeah, the headphone jack will always be missed. But nevertheless, you will have a good time while listening to music or watching movies or videos on the Nothing Phone 1 through the stereo speaker setup. And also the earpiece is quite loud, so it doesn't really interfere with your calls or anything. Every call is like clear through the earpiece and also through the loudspeaker, so that's good. Now let's move on to the performance of the Nothing Phone 1. Now the Nothing Phone 1 comes with the Snapdragon 778G Plus chipset. So the plus is basically because the chipset has been like modified a little bit to support wireless charging. And yes, the Nothing Phone 1 does have wireless charging, and it works really well. It also has reverse wireless charging, and I don't think any other phone apart from like the S20 FE or the S21 FE has wireless charging in this particular range. So yeah, this is a very unique feature, and I do use it from time to time. But yeah, I don't think in this price range people really care about like wireless charging, but yeah, Nothing has provided it, so it's a welcome feature. So yeah, the 778G Plus is because it is a modified chipset of the 778G. There is not much difference in performance. It performs well in like day-to-day scenarios. The phone is overall very smooth. Everything opens up and closes very quickly, so that's a good thing. Everything stays in the like RAM for some time, so that's nice. And overall the performance is really good. There is not really much difference in the performance like compared to a flagship chipset, so the phone has been optimized really well, so that's a good thing. And yeah, the software has been done well on the Nothing Phone 1, so the chipset also performs really well, and it doesn't warm up or anything even in like higher workloads, because like on one day I was using it on like mobile hotspot with 5G the entire day, like for around 8 or 9 hours, and it didn't even like get warm. And yeah, it was like pretty good, I would say. And yeah, I was using the phone also throughout that hotspot thing, so yeah, overall the performance is really good. Like the day-to-day performance, I don't really game on like my phones, but yeah, if you are planning to play some games, they will be like they will play fine on it, because the chipset is a quite powerful one, and yeah, it can run most games, so that's the thing. And yeah, the 778G is a good chipset in this price range, and Nothing made a good choice by selecting this particular chipset, because if they went with like a flagship chipset, the cost of the device would have gone up. Overall, like till now, the Nothing Phone 1 is like coming up as a really good overall phone. Now the performance is done. Let's move on to the battery life of the phone. So the Nothing Phone 1 comes with a 5000 mAh battery, which is quite good, I would say. It's the industry standard nowadays, and that 5000 mAh battery can charge at a like pace of around 33 watts, I believe. The highest is 33 watts charging, and there's also wireless charging up to 15 watts, so that's cool. And yeah, the phone takes around 1.5 hours to charge with like a 45 watt charger, so that's about the time it's gonna take, like from 5% to 100%. So it's not the fastest charging, and it's not even the slowest charging, but yeah, it is like a little slow, I would say, compared to today's standards. And the battery lasts you a whole day, I would say. I was getting around like 5 hours of screen time, 4 hours, 5 hours of screen on time while using this phone, like on 5G and Wi-Fi throughout the day, and it ran fine. It like I used it for like 22 hours, and it gave me around 4 to 5 hours of screen on time, so that's fine. It's not the best like battery performance for the chipset that is being used on this phone, but yeah, the battery life is good. In terms of the connectivity, I would say the Nothing Phone 1 is fine. The Wi-Fi speeds were decent, and I also like was using it on 5G, and the 5G speeds were also decent. Like I compared it with the iQOO Neo 7, and the Wi-Fi speeds were higher on the iQOO Neo 7, and also like the 5G speeds were also higher. So I guess the modem is not that good in this one compared to like the Dimensity 8200 that iPhone Neo 7 has. But yeah, it is fine. The speeds are good. There is no like call drops or anything while you're using it. I'm using it with the Geo SIM, and it does support dual 5G on both the SIMs, so that's good. And yeah, there's not much issue, and there's also no proximity sensor issue while taking calls on this, so that's good. There are a lot of antenna bands throughout this phone, so I don't think there will be any connectivity related issues. Although the USB port, the Type C port, is only USB 2.0, that's a little disappointing, but yeah, never mind that. Now let's move on to the software of the Nothing Phone 1. So the Nothing Phone 1 runs on like Android 13 with Nothing's custom like skin on top. I would say it's mostly similar to stock Android, but yeah, it has like the Nothing OS. I think it's yeah, right now it's the Nothing OS 1.5.3, and I have the 256GB variant, as I said, with 8GB of RAM. And yeah, it is receiving regular software updates, so that's a good thing. And Nothing is focusing on the software, and they have optimized the phone a lot, because earlier there were a lot of bugs. So I recently like updated it to Android 13, and even after updating it to Android 13 there were still a lot of bugs, so I had to do a factory reset again. And after the factory reset, I must say that the phone is performing way better. So yeah, if you are like upgrading the phone, you might want to like factory reset it every time after updating for a smooth experience. But yes, after the factory reset, the phone has been working really fine and really well, and overall the software is very smooth. You have the Google panel on the left when you swipe left, and your notification panel from the top. These particular things are additional like from Nothing, so that's that. And recent menu, your app drawer. So yeah, it's stock Android with a bit of Nothing flair on top. Like this particular weather widget, it has been added after the Android 13 update, this weather app, and it looks really cool. So that's the thing. And there are also some custom widgets. If we go down, yeah, Nothing launcher, you have these 3-4 widgets that you can use, and there's also this NFT thing. I guess it's Calpay. So yeah, it's NFT thing and Nothing launcher. Also the Nothing X app has been made permanent here after the Android 13 update. So a few things are there. Also the recorder app is a little different on it. The camera app is their custom app. So yeah, a few things have like really changed in this one, but overall it is a very stock Android experience with a bit of Nothing flair on top, which is good, I would say. It looks unique, and you do have that particular glyph interface thing, which has a separate section on in the settings altogether, this glyph thing. So yeah, if this has a charging meter. The flip to glyph option didn't really work for me that much. Let me just show you some of these things. So if I So yeah, that's the glyph lights on the Nothing Phone 1, and also the haptic feedback has been done really well on the Nothing Phone 1. The haptic feedback is really good, and it is like present all over the UI, and it is strong haptic feedback, and it responds really well while you're like typing or anything. So it's a very good experience when you're like using the keyboard or something with the haptic feedback. So yeah, the haptic feedback is really good, and the software overall feels really polished now after all the updates that have been given, and it works really well. You also have NFC, and you can use like contactless payments with it. so that's cool. And it has special features for like the accessories. For example, if you have a nothing ear one or a nothing stick, like earphones, you can pair it directly with it and you'll have additional settings on this phone, so that's good. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the software part. It's nothing has worked well on the software and I like it. Like at first Android 12 had a lot of bugs, and after like if I didn't like do a factory reset after updating Android 13, I think like the bugs would have still been there because I did encounter them. That's why I went with the software like factory reset. So yeah, but now it works really well and I like it. So the final thing to cover are the cameras on this phone. So we have two 50 megapixel sensors, I believe. Yeah, one 50 megapixel primary sensor, wide primary, and the second one is a 50 megapixel ultra wide sensor. And on the front, I believe we have a 16 megapixel sensor. So the camera is overall pretty good. The photos that it clicks come out really well, really nicely, and there is like a lot of detail in the photos, and it is overall a good camera, I would say, in terms of details and color reproduction. The thing that really bugs me about this is that this has a lot of shutter lag. So yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of shutter lag. So this like mostly annoys me a lot because I like try to click a few pictures but they come out like blurry because the frame is not captured on time, and I just tap on it and I remove the phone so it doesn't capture it. So yeah, it's a really annoying thing, and it happens on both the front and the back cameras. So that's one thing. But yeah, it is like a pretty good camera overall. The quality of the pictures is good, and both the ultra wide and the primary camera produce good images. But what I like most about this particular cameras are the like video output. So the video recording and the quality of the videos that this particular phone provides is really nice. Like the videos come out very good looking and they look really well, like really nice. So the back cameras can record up to like 4K 30 fps. The front camera can only record up to like 1080p 30 fps for some reason. I don't know why they haven't given like 4K 30 fps on the front camera also, so that's a bummer. But yeah, the video recording on the Nothing Phone 1 is really good. The primary camera does have OIS, so yeah, the video is also quite stable and it works really well, and I was like really surprised with the like video quality of the Nothing Phone 1. The photos are good, I would say. Only if the shutter lag like wasn't there, then I would have enjoyed the camera a bit more. But yeah, the video quality is really good. So yeah, you can check out the samples that I have been posting over here of the Nothing Phone 1. Alright, so this video is being recorded on the front camera of the Nothing Phone 1. The max resolution for recordings is 1080p 30 fps on the front camera. The phone has a 16 megapixel sensor, and it also has the processor, the 778G Plus, which can record 4K videos, but I don't know why 4K wasn't given on the front camera. But yeah, all in all, the video quality is quite good from both the front and the back cameras, which is quite surprising. And yeah, it looks really nice. And another thing that I wanted to tell you, that the fingerprint sensor on the Nothing Phone 1 is good overall. It registers the fingerprints most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't really register them. So yeah, sometimes it gets annoying, but most of the time it does register the fingerprints quite well. So yeah, I would suggest you to buy the Nothing Phone 1 because overall it's a really good phone for the price. If you can get it for around the 25,000 mark with like card discounts and stuff, then it's a really good phone for that price. Like the 256GB variant, even the 128GB variant is really good. But yeah, the 256GB variant is like more value for money, I should say, because there is no SD card support. So yeah, and that's that. But yeah, overall, in terms of the build quality or the display or the day-to-day performance, even the cameras, the Nothing Phone 1 is a really good, like, all-around device. There's nothing like, there's not much special about it apart from the lights and stuff. I stopped using the lights after like a day, so yeah, that's that. But overall, I should say the Nothing Phone 1 is a very good phone, especially because it's the first phone from this new company by Calpay. And yeah, I like the phone, but yeah, there are a few things like I'm not a particular fan of the images, like how the images are processed from the camera or the shutter lag, as I mentioned. So those things are there. And also this phone is a little big for me, like it's a wide phone, so 100 usage is it is a bit difficult on this. So that's that. And apart from this, I don't really have much complaints from the Nothing Phone 1. It's an overall good phone and I would recommend it. So I will leave the link in the description to purchase it. So it is available on Flipkart, I believe. And yeah, I got it for 28,000. You can like get it for cheaper if you have like eligible credit cards or something. So yeah, go get it if you want to. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, then don't forget to hit the like button and definitely subscribe to the channel by hitting that red subscribe button. I think it's gray now, but yeah, never mind. So that is pretty much it for this video. I'm your friend Shinobi. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated about my new uploads. And yeah, I'm signing out. Peace.